Hello all, my name is Abdul Rahman and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another project video. So in this video we are going to do the project of text to speech converter using Python, and in this video guys we are not going to use the much more libraries that we have used in the previous projects. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all guys, I'm going to use here the Visual Studio Code IDE. So the link will be given in the description below for downloading this Visual Studio Code if you don't have this. And guys, we are not going to create this from the scratch, like we are going to create the sound, all of the stuff. So just we are going to use a component of Google known as gTTS. So we are going to import that in Python, and then I'm going to write the code, and then at the end I'm going to create a file. I'm going to create a file where where I'm going to store where I'm going to type here the paragraph, a simple paragraph. Okay, same that in the English language, then in the Hindi, and then in the Arabic language. So first of all I'm going to create here the Python file. So for that I'm going to give here text text to text to speech dot py. Okay, okay. Now in this file, first of all, the first thing that we need is the gTTS, the Google component, which is used for the text recognition, and it's also used which is used for text recognition. And then it's going to take out the it's going to read that, and it's going to create a audio file. Okay, so for that we have to install that. So I'm going to type here in my terminal pip install gTTS. Okay, then I'm going to get it that I have already installed this. So I just wanted to show that I'm going to install this. Okay, now I'm going to import here. So from gTTS I'm going to import here the gTTS in the capital. Okay, now here we have imported this gTTS. Now here what we need to do is, so what we need to do is we are going to create a variable where I'm going to give here file, which is going to be equal to. So here I'm getting an option to type. So if I press type, then it's going to come automatically. So because I have an extension called the codem, okay, in the Visual Studio Code. So anyhow, what we are saying is we are going to create a file. We have a file known as text.txt. Okay, text.txt. After that, we have the open. We are storing that in a variable called as file. So we are going to open that file. Okay, so we don't want this or something like this. So here what we have to do is we have to give here the encoding, right? So I'm going to give here the encoding, and it's going to be UTF-8. Now I'm going to give here the comment so that we don't get confused later on. So the comment is going to be, we are going to give it the slash hash hashtag, and then I'm going to give, it's going to open the text file. It's going to open the text file called as, I'm going to change here it as the book.txt. Okay, so it's going to open the file called as the book.txt. Okay, now what you have to do is after opening this file, it's going to read that, right? So for that I'm going to create here a variable called as text, which is going to be equal to file.read. So I'm going to create a I have already created a variable. What it does is it's going to read this variable. Now in this variable we are saying that open this file that we have not created, so we are going to create it after some time. And then we have given here the encoding. Okay, so anyhow, now what we have to do is we have to convert we have to give here the language to convert it. For example, if I give it the English language, then it's going to print the output in the English itself. But here the problem is we have to specify the language that we are going to give, or the output that it's going to give us. So I'm going to give here the language. Okay, and it's going to be English. Okay, as for right now I'm giving here English. Later on I'm going to change it to the Hindi or Arabic language, whatever I want. After that I'm going to create Let's give this later on. So I'm going to create an object, okay, called as the object, which is equal to, where I'm going to give here the gTTS that we have created. So I'm going to call it as the gTTS that we have imported from here. Then we have the text equal to text. Then we have the language equal to language. Then we have this row equal to false. So I'm going to explain this after some time. Then I'm going to give here the object, okay, object dot. I have to save this in a file called the book.mp3. Okay, we have this. Okay, now I'm going to give here the comment so that later on we don't need to confuse here. So we are going to save it the file. Before that, we are going to create a gtts object with the with with the with text. Okay, with the text and language. Okay, after that it's going to save here, and it's going to save here the file. So it's also using here the speed parameters. Okay, so anyhow it's going to create a gts object with the text and language, the speed parameters that we have created. Now anyhow we have, and then at the end we have to give here is, then it's going to, and then save the audio file, okay. So it's going to save here the audio file, and then after saving that the file should be closed, right? Otherwise we are going to get here the errors later on. So I'm going to give here the file dot close. Now if I run this Python program, I'm going to get here the errors because I have not given here anything. One more thing that we can do is we can remove this line, okay, and then we can remove this all of this stuff. In this one we can just give it the text that we want to get in the output itself at the time. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create a file called as book.txt. Okay, so here guys, I have used here the chat gpt to write a simple small story. So it's going to take some time for opening. Now in this case here, as you can see, I have converted this into three languages. So first of all we have this language in the english, after that we have this in the hindi, and then we have the arabic. Okay, first of all let's try this with the english. So I'm going to give here in the book.txt, or yeah, we can give here at the, we can give at the starting here itself in a email. Okay, so here I'm going to make here some of these spaces, and then we have the stepping into the possibilities. Okay, so we are going to give this in this way, in this format. So we can give in the whatever format we want. So I'm going to give it in just 3 lines, and then I'm going to run this python program, and it's going to take some time for running. Now as you can see, it's showing me done exit with code equal to 0 in 2.933 seconds. Okay, so anyhow let's close this and let's run the file. So as you can see, we have the book.mp3. Let's open it, and okay.
In a realm of
In a realm of
forgotten
forgotten
dreams, a
dreams, a
wanderer sought
wanderer
echoes
sought
of a
echoes of a
vanished
vanished
past.
past.
Guide
Guide.
So as you can hear the voice that we have written, whatever we have written here, place the file. Okay, so whatever we written here, we are getting in a realm of forgotten dreams, even rare short echoes of vanished past. So we are getting this. Now the same thing that we can do with the hindi language. So I'm going to delete this file, okay, and I'm going to copy this from the hindi itself. Okay, and I'm going to, here we have to change here the language because we are going to get here the errors. So I'm going to give the hindi, so we don't need to give that much. And in this place I'm going to save here as it is, and then I'm going to reduce some sound. Okay, code language something like that is not supported. Okay, so I have to run this file, right? So it's going to take some time. As you can see, just ended in 2.926 seconds. Let's open this file. So let's see here.
भूले हुए सपनों के क्षेत्र में एक अकेला भटकता यात्री एक लुप्त हुए भूतकाल की गोद की तलाश में था।
So guys, as you can see this, so our program is working successfully. Now at the end, let's try with the Arabic language. Okay, Arabic language itself, because we can do that with a lot of languages, whatever languages we have done, but whatever languages we want. But here we are just testing this with 2 3 languages. Okay, now here this code that I have written is not from the scratch, like creating the audio sound by myself, all of the stuff. So just we are using here the Google component known as the gTTS, a library in Python. Okay, now let's use here the Arabic here and open the book.txt. In this place I'm going to paste this. Okay, and then I'm going to run it. It's going to take some time for running. So now let's run this. Let's open the file that we have created, that the program has created. Okay, looks there is some error with the Arabic, I think. Okay, but it's going to come, but at the end it's going to come with every language that we can use. So we might get some errors later on, so we need to fix that. So this code is working here. So the problem that we are having is we have to give here the Arabic, right? Now I'm going to give AR. That's why you are not getting here. So we need to be careful about this, the language. Okay, now let's run this. It's going to take some time for running. Now let's open this.
ضائعا في عالم من الأحلام المنسية كان رحال
So as you can hear the voice, that I have just run the program. Now it's going to create a file where it's going to show that. So anyhow guys, that's all for this video, and I hope you like and enjoyed watching this video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and the code that I have written will be given in the description below. If you want, you can take it from there. So thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in another tutorial. Thanks for watching and goodbye.